We've already had some fascinating conversations over dinner last night and breakfast this morning. So I hope that the next 2 days is going to be kind of a hotbed of conversation, sharing ideas, inspiring one another, learning from one another.
And I must say that the British Council once again did a terrific job, because we have 20 real social entrepreneurs from 20 different European and North African countries. And I think this makes the potential to contribute a little bit to a couple of objectives that the community of social entrepreneurs should have, a couple of challenges which are still to be won.
I think the ultimate achievement for a social enterprise is to create value for humans and the environment that we live in, the earth. And I feel that today we learned that success comes in two forms, particularly when we're looking at sort of a structure like that of a company such as Apple, where the success of the entrepreneur would be to create money for himself, which is like to become a billionaire.
So for me, the main difference between a normal enterprise and a social enterprise is that an enterprise is in the interest of the shareholders and in the interest of making profit and financially benefiting the shareholders. And a social enterprise is actually there for the benefit of the service users or the people which the enterprise is there to support and to work with.
Our network operates essentially as a platform to connect people, facilitate knowledge sharing, and we also run pilots to test new solutions and methodologies, and we do policies.
For me, a successful social enterprise would be looking at two main issues. One would be about running a successful, sustainable business. So it's offering and trading goods and services. So there's that business element to it. But also there's as it's a social enterprise, then it has a social purpose. So it would also be looking to be ensuring that it's making a positive impact in terms of the people it's set up to serve. So it's end users, if you like.
This is the definition at the moment of the European Commission. It's not a joke, it's very important, because the European Commission is going to put a lot of money starting from the next year. And they need a definition because the capital market needs a definition. I personally, I find this definition restrictive. But let me explain you at least how it is structured, so you understand. It's divided between already the mission, the use of profits, and the governance. The mission, and this is the restrictive part, is the mission is targeting vulnerable groups only, and this is, I find it very restrictive. The second one touches the difficult point about profits, that meaning that social enterprises are expected to make profits. The problem is what you do with the profits.
Social entrepreneurship, I think it's very important to be humble enough and to also be cautious, because as human beings, I think we do that a lot. We try to look for the only solution. So for a while it was microfinance, and everybody thought microfinance in and of itself will be the solution to everything. Some people are looking at social entrepreneurship now as such. So I think it's very important to look at social entrepreneurship also as part of the bigger puzzle. We cannot do it alone. We need to work with everybody else. We need to look at the bigger picture. We need to look at the global economy, the role of government, private sector, civil society, and so on.
What we're looking at is the amount of maybe poverty that we're alleviating, or the amount of cities that we're making much more sustainable. Whatever that goal is, moves away from an incentive just of money and moves more towards an incentive of human development.
In Sicily we are not too much used to co-working, but we are very much expert on informal communication, for instance, or informal interaction, even in the bad side. You know, we are very famous as mafia And this mafia is actually networking, is actually informal relationship, and it's based on trust. So from networking, from trust, and from informal communication, you can have the worst, but you can also switch it on a positive trend.
And I would be looking at the impact, the difference it's making in 3 areas, so the triple bottom line, if you like. So the social impact, its social performance, its economic performance, particularly at a local level, so how much money is it circulating in the local economy, and also its environmental performance, so looking at those 3 elements. So the business side, running a sustainable business, not reliant on grants and donations, but actually trading, and then its social, economic and environmental performance.